when this vlog comes out, the Kickstarter for Jazz's Carry All Studio will still be live. So please, if you have not yet, go check it out. I'm personally supporting this. I am at the highest tier supporting it. I'm really excited. I'm so happy to see it. This right here is my art bag. This is my favorite bag. It got me through college. I love this thing. I've had this for years. I did an in-depth tour of this bag along with all my setup, which will be released later this year. I am willing to put this to the side because I love the bag so much. And Jazz is just such a cool dude. I've never got the chance to meet him in real life, but I really love the products that he has created. And while some of them I will say weren't always for me because they are for a lot of beginners and I'm more of a pro when it comes to creating art. So this is one that I'm all for. I'm able to get. I really want to see it done. Right now it has reached almost triple its goal, so that's awesome, but I definitely want to see it go further. So I just want to let you guys know, hey, it's still there. Check it out. If you believe in the bag, go ahead and support it. Again, I am at the highest tier. I'm not being paid to do this. I just really like this bag and I want to see it come through. So just wanted to make that service announcement. Please check it out. I'm sure you guys know about it. If you follow me, you definitely follow Jazz. Like, he's awesome. So yeah, let's go ahead and run that awesome intro. Pretty. How do we celebrate 4th of July?
Can't kiss the leg.
That is so cool. It's only 21. I'm like, I'm debating. We got boba. I got a candle.
I got boba.
Maybe. We'll think about it. But you know what? You know what you can't deny on a day like today? It's also Captain America's birthday.
Yeah. And Lynn. Happy birthday, Lynn.
Yeah, that's weird how, like, I guess it was destiny. He was always going to become Captain America.
It's not like somebody wrote it that way.
That's the... That was the joke. The joke, no. Yeah, I gotta be honest, guys. The Joann where I live actually has some decent stuff on clearance. I'm kind of eyeballing this colorless blender ink. And it's only... Oh, it's $6. I thought it was $2. Never mind. Putting it back.
Hey.
I love you.
Thank you.
Also, this broke my heart. It's a dachshund.
That high-pitched barking they have in the background makes it sound like it's actually crying. It's really mildly disturbing.
This breaks my heart. It's a skeleton. I'm glad we didn't bring Coco with us. I don't think she could handle seeing this. She's so little and fragile. Sarah, you broke it. You killed him. Shame on murderer.
Dragon.
That's kind of cool. You're still a murderer, but this kind of makes up for it a little bit.
Now a dramatic greeting by me. To be or not to be. That is the...
Let's say, can you tell me the next line? The next line, and I'll give you $100.
I know you ain't got $100 to give me.
I know you ain't got the next line.
You know, I took a theater class my last year at college.
Don't mean you learned shit.
That's right, I didn't learn anything, but I did learn.
Alrighty, we are back home. My mom and Sarah are making some food. Now, I can't cook. It's actually like well known how bad of a cook I am. So I'm just gonna stay in the garage and do my thing. I was gonna do some art, but I actually have to repair my watercolor block because I dropped it and it snapped, which really sucks. So I'll just have to re-glue it. The last page won't be able to be removed from the cardboard backing, but that's fine. I'm okay living with that if it means that's going to just be normal and I don't have to worry about it warping. That was just my bad. I was just super clumsy. So I'm going to be painting that today. And then I'm going to talk real quick about the loot, which almost exclusively comes from the clearance aisle of Joann Fabric. And there are a couple really cool finds. Starting with the one thing that didn't come from that are these cool little wax blocks. So they smell like coffee. This is by Betty Blue, which was that company I was telling you guys last month. So super excited to pick these up because these smell so nice. Oh, it smells so good. It is coffee. And I can actually just take these, break them off, and just put them in the normal candle that I have because I really like that candle, and unfortunately didn't have another one. But that is the only thing that I got from the mall. The rest, like I said, is from Joann. Starting in no particular order, I found this archival ink stamp pad. What's really cool is that this is red, and I thought it would be really nice to have. It was $7. This thing normally sells for like $15. I thought that was a really good deal. Considering that trend of pads, I did pick this up here. This is an alcohol lift ink. It comes in a pad form. I do have it in a bottle, but I thought it'd be really nice to have another different version of it. This is a really cool, interesting thing, and it was only $3. I thought that was a really good price. And just because this was $2, I did pick up another colorless blender. I was really excited to pick this one up because it looks like it has a really good size like head for blending, so I think that'll be really cool to test out the brush nib on that. And the remainders are going to be these guys right here because these are kind of cool and random. These are Deco Art water marbling acrylic, not ink but liquid. So they're super liquidy. They look like you put them down, draw whatever you want with it in a bucket. You maybe apply some water, and you could take sheets of paper and put put that in the water and then transfer the pattern. They look really weird, they look really interesting. I picked up a purple, a blue, a red, a black, a white, and a green. These were all $2, $1.97, so you know, with tax basically came up to $2. Very excited to try these. I think these are really cool. They look really interesting, and I like the nozzle head they have, so you can almost like draw with them, kind of like the golden high flows have. So I thought, why not? And that's the loot for everything. I'm going to finish up this piece hopefully today. If not, oh well, because I'm going to be going into my backyard to watch some awesome fireworks with my wife, because this is our first ever 4th of July together, at least in a long time. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, hope you guys have a great 4th of July. Hope everything's going well. And happy birthday, Captain America. I have to point that out every time. It just drives me crazy. In fact, there are Captain America comics drawn by Captain America. I'm not going to elaborate, but just going to leave that there. Coco is just chilling on the floor over there. I have the drawer open for her to sit, but she wants to chill over there under the AC, and I turned off the fan so I could film, so that's why she went there. I have an update for you. I have some loot that I bought. I think I'm going to go over the loot super quick because I do have an important message for you guys, and I want this to be something uplifting. I want this to be encouraging for you. I try to stay super positive. I do not try to be a Debbie Downer. I do not try to be negative on this channel, but there are times you do kind of have to address it, and I've mentioned that before. So let's talk about the loot super quick. I got some deco pens today. Very excited about that. I got a yellow, I got a blue, I got a green, and I got a purple, and they look amazing. I absolutely love the colors on these. Now, if you're not familiar with these, they're basically like your normal Posca and Malto acrylic paint pens, but instead of having a pumping mechanism, all you do is shake them, and then you pull off the cap, and they have a brush tip that requires nothing additional. Super opaque, very nice. I have a black, white, and red, so now I have a couple more colors to play with. Don't know if I should do a review on them. I definitely have opinions on them, but let me know what you guys think, and that is the loot. Let's go ahead and talk about today's update/message. So I like to say very positive on the channel, not because I want you guys to think my life perfect, but because there's so much negativity out there. I don't want to contribute to making someone's day worse. I want people to laugh. I want people to have joy. I want to entertain you or help you learn something new about comics and art. That's what this channel is about. It's art, comics, horror, science fiction, educational stuff. I say educational, it's really more entertainment, but you're entertained. I don't want you walking away being negative. I don't want you walking away feeling worse after you watch one of my videos. So that's why I like to keep things positive. But there are days where you can't do that. There are days where you have to address the non-positive aspects of life. And this is one of them, and that is the project I've been working on. The one I mentioned in the last vlog, the really big thing I've been working on. I have spent probably over like 17 hours working on it. No joke. That is research. That's 6 hours of penciling, probably 7 hours in all honesty. 6 hours of painting, the filming, all that stuff. And I had to start over. All that work. I did 6 hours of penciling and then 6 hours of painting. I'm starting over. Not from scratch. Luckily, I took very good pictures of my pencils. I was really gung-ho about this piece. I had everything planned out, and it really shows you how you can make plans and God laughs and you're thrown a curveball. The purpose of this piece was to push my art further. Some pieces, it's just to practice art. It's just to have fun. It's just to sketch something silly, unique, just to have fun. It could be something as simple as fun. This piece was to push myself further, and I feel like I failed. I feel like I have failed, and that sucks. But I don't want this to bring you down. I don't want that to do that. I want this to be hopefully a moment of encouragement where I'm not giving up. I'm starting over, and I learned. I realized my pencils were too light. I'm inking it. I realized I should have done a wash/underpaint. I'm doing an underpaint, and it was definitely one of the most, I don't want to say expensive fails because it's not like I spent a ton of money on it. It is a very timeful fail where it was a lot of time into it, and I learned a lot. I'm mad. I'm very frustrated. I am unhealthily hard on myself, and I will fully admit that. I don't have time to get into why, but I am very hard on myself. I really try to push myself, and when I fail or I don't reach the level that I set for myself, the expectation I set for myself, I get very frustrated. I get very mad at myself, and it's very easy for me to do that. I mentioned on the channel before, I dealt with a lot of mental and physical abuse from my time living in Massachusetts. I dealt with a lot of prejudice. I got a lot of crap. I dealt with a lot of racism. A lot of people treat me very poorly because I'm Hispanic. You know the old saying, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Well, words do. When people say those things to you, I try not to have that take up space in my head. Sometimes it does. And it's very easy. There's a bug flying around. You're ruining my heart-filled moment. And in a weird way, I'm not thankful that it happened to me, but I do understand that since that happened, it made me who I am. It made me realize this is not how to treat people. I treat people the way I want to be treated. It also was a good way for me to learn not to give up. That's all I was told to do, was to give up. Constantly told I can't do this. Hispanics don't go to college. Hispanics don't succeed. Hispanics don't do this. And that's what I was told. That's what I was told for almost 10 straight years of my life. And that made me realize realized that's not the case. I'm Hispanic, yes, but I can do whatever I set my mind to. And just because you tell me I can't do it doesn't mean I can't do it. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. And so it's a weird balance in my head where sometimes when I fail, I hear those voices, but a lot of time I also hear the lessons I've learned. And I'm very thankful for my friends. My friends are super encouraging. I am so thankful I have Sarah in my life because she really helped me through this. I was so frustrated with myself because I felt like I failed. And that's where the encouragement is that you are good enough. You can do it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. Let yourself tell you that. And so I said, you know what? I need to start over. And there are times where I should start over, but I don't, and I can make a piece work. And that is part of me not giving up because so many people told me to give up. I just naturally don't want to give up. I don't give up. And this was a case where I should have. I really should have just listened to that internal voice. The first 10 minutes I started painting, I realized I messed up and I should have started over, but I didn't. And sometimes I just need to realize that. And that comes with maturity. That comes with time. That comes with something that you need to learn. You know, there are times where you should give up. There are times you should follow through. There are times where you need to walk away. And I can't tell you every time, and I'm still trying to figure that out myself. So I just want to encourage you guys, you know, 1, you're awesome. 2, you can do it. 3, don't let anyone stop you. And 4, sometimes you need to walk away. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you can power through it, but I just want to encourage you guys that you can do it. And so that's kind of where I'm at today, where I'm extremely frustrated that I lost so many hours that I could spend working on the next, because this project delays my next big project, which is delaying my 3 other big projects. And this, by the way, was part 1 of a 7-part mural. So I will be doing the other 7 pieces at some point, either this year or next year. And I could focus on the doom and gloom. I could be really mad, and I'm not. I'm just gonna say, you know what? This was a learning opportunity. I learned so much working on this piece. I learned so much. I was able to fix my mistakes. I'm going in, I'm making it better. I'm using ink instead of pencils. I'm gonna do an underwash. I know what I'm going to do to make this piece amazing. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not giving up. I am taking what I learned and I'm gonna apply it to the new piece. Let you guys know, you know, this is something I struggle with. This is something that I'm trying to overcome. I don't like to talk a lot about what I've dealt with in the past because that's not the point of this channel. It's to focus on the positivity. If you guys walk away from this channel learning something new about comics, science, art, horror, I am over the moon. I am so happy because this is meant to make your day better. This is meant to entertain you. I don't like the term influencer because that's not what I view myself as. I view myself as an entertainer. I am entertaining you guys, and hopefully you're learning something new about what's passionate to me. Like, if I can ignite a passion in you guys with the passion that I have for comics and science fiction and art and horror, again, I'm over the moon. I'm so excited. And that's why I don't focus on the negativity. That's why I don't focus on a lot of the abuse I have experienced in my life. That's why I don't focus on race prejudice that I experienced as a kid. I try not to let those voices take up space in my head. I really try not to. And I felt like I should share this. I felt like I should share this. Not hopefully one of you guys experienced, but if you are, hopefully this encouraged you and this brought you out of that funk that I was in literally a couple hours ago. I'm going to be tackling this piece. I'm going to be making it better. I have a new drive to just keep being creative and to keep making art, and hopefully you guys do too. So I do apologize that this was, again, a little more on the negative side, but I'm hoping that it encouraged you. And that's really, I guess, what this channel is about, is inspiring you guys. Yeah, hopefully me talking fixed the problems. Don't have anything else to say. I normally don't do this, so I don't know how to outro, so we're just going to be goofy and go to the next clip. Hey guys, it's the next day. My camera is still on this weird angle because I'm still working at my desk with some of the new projects. Really excited. I really hope my words from the previous clip really encourage you guys, because I really did feel discouraged, and hopefully I was able to take what I was feeling and spin it positively and encourage you guys. That's really what the point of this channel is about, as I mentioned before. But I do have something to talk about because I had work today, and as always, I swear I spend more money at my job than what they actually pay me. Now, don't let the bag fool you. I only got 4 items. 3 of them are in the bag itself. One is a little on the big side, and that's because of what it is. I'm really excited to talk about it, but I'm just going to go over some loot real quick. One is just the simple humble micron. Just need another 03 because that's what I'm using for this piece, and I need a backup in case that one runs out. There are plenty of the other ones. I just didn't have another 03. I also got a little thing of archival ink by Ranger. This stuff's really good. It's the exact same thing that's in a micron. What's great about archival ink, it's a dye-based ink that is not only waterproof, but it's also alcohol marker proof, fade proof, but really good high quality ink. I actually learned that micron's the preferred pen of Congress, so I thought that was really cool. You spend like way too much money on them. Finally got some transfer paper. So normally I just use tracing paper, but now I actually have some real transfer paper. This is 25 sheets of graphite, so very excited to have this, and it's been a long time since I've actually used transfer paper. Most of the time I use tracing paper because that's what I was taught in college, so pretty much that's what I have to use. And then the last thing is a little on the big side. I actually don't know where I'm going to store it, but it's this giant sheet of Kanzen illustration artboard. In fact, it's the exact same board I'm currently doing one of my big projects on. Here's a small little sheet of it. This stuff's amazing, and it takes markers super well. So that's going to be what I'm going to use for my giant space mural. Very excited. I just need to find a temporary home for that. And yeah, that is everything for today. Just want to let you guys know I'm still doing good, staying positive, and I'm going to keep working some art for a couple hours before I go to bed. I have tomorrow off, so I'm going to be doing a lot more art. So wish me luck, because I'm going to keep deep diving into my artistic desires. This is her favorite part of being in the car. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, careful, Coco. We hit a little bump. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. So majestic. The wind in your ears and your fur. Oh my goodness. You're so little. Yeah, I like how you could see her in the rearview mirror. That's adorable. I hope you guys enjoyed that clip of Coco, because she is absolutely adorable. She is just the cutest dog, and she's so sweet. I love her. But I do have some loot to talk about, and I do have some project updates. Also, I didn't injure my hand. It's just alcoholing. I was demonstrating alcoholings to a coworker, and to show it, since we didn't have paper, I just put it on my hand, and it was kind of funny. So now my knuckles look bruised, but they are not. I'm perfectly fine. And then I want to do a quick update on the project that's right here. I'm not going to show it because I still have a lot of work to do on it, but I have to say it is a million times better. I absolutely love how it's looking. This was definitely a learning opportunity, and the fact that I get to redo it and make it better, I'm not going to let it bring me down. I'm not going to let it discourage me. I learned from my mistakes. This was a learning opportunity, and I absolutely love how this piece looks. Now, with that said, I want to talk about the loot, starting with the free stuff, because we got another case of busted Daniel Smith transparent watercolor ground. This stuff's really good because it's essentially gesso for watercolor. You could apply this to any surface, and then it's prepped for watercolor, but this is transparent. And I did get one before because it was also busted, so I got another one there. Continuing the Daniel Smith trend, I did get a Potter's Pink. Now, this is a defective Potter's Pink in the sense that the color's off. The actual watercolorness still works. All the ingredients are there. Just something about the pigment blend on this one came out wrong, and that's why I was able to get it, because we we're going to toss it because it was defective. And then we also got some busted Prismacolor colorless blenders. So this one here has a misalignment, and it also has yellow somehow. Not like someone put yellow on it, like there's yellow mixed into the core, which is really weird. This one looks fine, but we got those defective. And we also got a defective pen. This was supposed to be a phone holder, but this got misaligned, so you can't hold your phone anymore. So yeah, was able to actually snap that. And now we're going to go to the bait stuff. This is stuff that I picked up that I'm really excited to talk about. We got two different fine liners. These are just grays. This is a neutral gray and a cool gray, so very excited to add these. Going to do some experiments with some gray line art to see what I can do with that. And then I also picked up 3 new Copic nib sets. Now this is your standard chisel nib for the Chow and Sketch. This is the chisel nib for the classic, and then these are the nib replacements for the classic as well. So just wanted to get some more options to work on fixing up some of the nibs I have, because this custom Copic that I made, unfortunately the nibs dried out and the actual ink itself is not going through properly, so I'm gonna have to work on fixing that. And then I also picked up 2 new Dr. P.A. Martin's Radiant watercolors, this being Ice Blue and Galapagos Green. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'll put the name here as normal. So very excited to add these to my collection. These are really nice. If you have not tried these, I heavily recommend them. Super nice. But that is everything for today in terms of updates, a little bit of my life, and then some of the loot. So I'm gonna go back to watching the YouTube videos, put this all away, and of course work on some art, because I'm a good 5-6 hours away from having this piece complete. Alrighty guys, so I have to say I had an awesome day today, and yes, I am watching Hack the Movies because it's one of my favorite podcasts of all time. I absolutely love listening to it when I make art, because I am letting the paints dry. It's right behind me. I'm really excited with how it's coming along. Not done yet, still have a little bit more work to do in it, but it's coming along really well. Now I have 6 pieces of loot that I really want to talk about. I'm really excited. 5 of them are from a company that I've talked a little bit about, but I really don't have a lot from them. Not because they make bad stuff, far from it. It's just usually the stuff they make I'm not super interested in, or there's some other alternatives that I like more from other companies. Also, I can hear Coco running. There's a Sarah! That would have been like...
Yeah, you always notice Coco before you notice me.
To be fair though,
I get it.
I hear her collar jingle.
Oh.
So
I need to start wearing a collar.
Anyway, I want to talk about some loot, and as I was mentioning, so 5 of the pieces of loot are from a company that I don't really buy a lot of things from. It's not because they make terrible stuff. That's not the case. They make really good stuff. It's just most of the stuff they make, it's usually something that doesn't interest me, or there's another alternative that I like a little more, and that is Faber-Castell. Now, Faber-Castell has been around since I believe the 1700s, which is pretty impressive. That's pretty cool. And they have these brand new artisan Hit pens. So this uses India ink that's colored, and these these are dual tip, and one of the caps fell off. Getting that classic German high-quality engineering. I'm kidding. I actually did a swatch of the colors real quick. That's why it fell off. I probably just didn't put it back. And you're leaving on that one?
Well, you know what?
That is
classic high-quality German engineering.
That is peak German engineering. Right there, that dog.
Blur it out! Blur it out!
That is peak German engineering.
Uh-huh.
Now, real quick, so these are really cool. Like I mentioned, they are India ink, and what I really like about them is that they're colored. So India ink, when it's colored, it's semi-transparent. It does have a slight gloss to satin finish, depending on the brand. But what's really cool about these is that they're not going to mix with either water or alcohol. They will smear with alcohol, but you can use them as top coats. You can use them as bottom coats. It's really cool to have an option. And with these being dual tip, one of the tips is a brush tip, which is really nice, kind of standard, pretty much what you expect in all honesty, while this on the other end is a fine liner. Now that looks like about a 10 on a micron, but it's still really nice to have that option. In fact, quite a few of the Faber-Castell Artist Pitt pens are going on clearance. I might pick up a couple just to have some more options for coloring with my fine liner work. Now, I wouldn't say this would be my go-to method for coloring, but it's nice to have those options, especially for specific effects. The last piece of loot that I want to talk about is something that I didn't think I would buy. It's also from a company I don't think I've ever mentioned before on the channel, and that is C.H.A.M.B.E.R. This is a luminance pencil. This is specifically Scarlet 07. So what's really cool about C.H.A.M.B.E.R. luminance pencils is these are pretty much the industry and gold standard for color pencils. Now, I personally prefer Prismacolor, and that's because they're wax-based, which means they're very mixed media friendly. However, part of the problem with a wax-based pencil is the colors aren't as vibrant, and you're going to burn through it really quickly because the lead is super soft, while an oil-based one is going to have much more vibrant colors. They're going to last longer, and that in terms of like the actual pencil, because it's a harder core, but they're not going to blend as well. Wax really blends extremely well. There's so many blending options too. You can incorporate a lot of cool things like heating techniques, warm pad techniques. My personal favorite technique is to use alcohol ink to melt it, which is super fun to do, and that's what I actually use a lot and why I prefer them. But the reason I picked this one, which is oil-based, that has all the things that oil has, like I mentioned, the strong colors, it has the strong core, but these blend like wax. So they're really interesting. That's why they're the gold standard. I only picked up this red one because I really love the color. It's a beautiful scarlet, and I was like, you know what? I really like this shade of red. I'm gonna pick it up and see if I can do anything. My first and only oil-based color pencil, so I'm really excited to see what I can do with it. And yeah, I'm really excited about the loot that I picked up. Super fun. These literally are like brand new in the store. They came in like 2 days ago, and we just got the fixtures set up. So very excited to be messing with these, and I can't wait to make some art with them. Probably going to create a small little piece, and we'll promote it on our website and Instagram. So very excited about that. And then lastly, like I said, with them going on sale, I do plan to pick up a couple just to have more options, because I don't have that many options for fine liners that do coloring. In fact, this is pretty much it right here, which is a couple of microns and 2 Tombos. That's everything for today. Got a lot done with some projects, and I'm very excited to keep working on them. Again, hopefully that the words that I said earlier this month will encourage you guys if you were in a rut, because I really did feel very discouraged, and I'm hoping you guys don't, because I want to keep things super positive. And that's everything right now, so let's go ahead and move on to the next clip. So one of the worst things about filming is when you need something or you forgot to buy something and you can't continue the film until you get it. Yeah, that happened to me today. I totally forgot to get a frame, and I meant to do that last night, but I just forgot. So I'm gonna go get a frame along with running a couple of errands before I go back to my filming, because I had today off and I wanted to film a lot. So my local Walmart decided to completely remodel, and that's like the first Walmart I've ever been to, so it's really weird to see it being super different. Like, I couldn't find anything. I actually went to one of the workers and was like, hey, I'm sorry, normally I can find stuff, but I can't find anything. Do you know where the picture frames are? And he looked at me and said, honestly, bro, I have no idea where they are either. And just pulled out the app, and then we found it after like 10 minutes of walking around. But I got my picture frame. Now it's a little too big, so I had to make some borders on the side. I'm not going to show you what's in here because I am so excited, so proud with how this piece came out. I'm going to save the reveal for the actual video, and all you need to know is that my Alex Ross painting is done. I'm super excited with how it came out. This is part 1 of a 7-part mural, so I have 6 more to do. It's going to be a lot of work, but I'm going to take a break from this to do the giant space mural, which I'm pointing over there because my giant sheet of illustration board all the way there, because it's 20 by 30, so it's kind of a pain to store it, but I am very excited to get into that project. That's going to be a lot of fun. But that's pretty much everything I did today. Did a lot of filming, did a lot of editing, and we lost power around like 2 o'clock last night and it didn't come back on until like 3 or 4. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to bed early because yes, 2 o'clock is going to bed early for me. I have very bad sleeping habits, but I'm working on it slowly but surely. One thing that I love about my job, I know I've talked about it, but I don't think I've stressed how much I love it because I mentioned it before, but I really, really love this part of my job, and that is learning. I love getting to meet new artists. I love getting to learn new things. And one cool thing about my job is that because we are artists that are selling art supplies, and that's something that was really cool about Blick, is they specifically hire artists. So you have that passion right there, but they make learning modules so that you can learn about the products. So for example, we are going through them right now, and I have learned so much about acrylics, and it's awesome. There was a 20-minute long lesson just on how acrylics work, what's special about them, what they do, what you can do with them, what are some of the products for them. I did acrylics in college and they never really jive with me. I'm starting to get back into them. I'm starting to kind of try them. I'm using them for a lot of top coats. For me personally, I have never been a huge fan of them. However, these islands, I'm calling them islands because that's what we call them at Dollar Tree, and I know they're called something else, but that's where my brain goes. But I love learning this stuff. I watched a video on airbrushes and I learned so much about airbrushes. It actually answered a lot of the questions that I had with the airbrush that my dad bought in the 90s, which I have right here, and that's why I'm pointing to it. I really like learning stuff. I really like getting to meet artists. Today was very special because I ended up talking to 3 young artists who were getting into markers, and I got to talk to them, and I got to share techniques, and I got to show them my YouTube channel, and I show them other videos. Like Jazza, in my opinion, has one of the best videos on how to use markers. And so I got the chance to set these guys up with the tools that they needed to succeed, and that just made my day. I love that part of my job. I love that I get to talk to so many artists. I love that I get to talk to old artists who've been painting for decades, like longer than I've been alive. This is such an amazing part of my job that I really don't think I have stressed enough. Our lead framer has been framing for over 35 years. That is a long time. Like, I'm 27. He has been doing that for 8 years longer than I've been alive. That's insane, and I love learning stuff from him. He's so nice. He's so incredible with his work that I love learning from him, and I have so many amazing co-workers that are so talented. I think I've mentioned Alexis on this channel before, like how creative her mixed media art is. She is very much in the macabre sense, which she focuses a lot on skeletons and dead things, but the way she crafts her art using different medias is absolutely inspiring. My store manager, Mackenzie, is an incredibly talented acrylic painter. I love the textures and abstract work she does. Same thing with Matt. Brandon's an just absolutely amazing airbrush artist. I love his style. And then of course, Lily is a phenomenal pastel artist, so she's been helping Sarah with a lot of her pastel questions. And that's something I love about my job, is that every person on staff is this incredibly, not just amazingly talented artist, but they're this incredibly amazingly kind person that I absolutely love going to see every day. I love working with every person that I work with. They're all amazing. And today was also something else about my job that I really like, and that is when we have sales on items that I use or I recommend or I want to try, because I'm going to take advantage of that. And so today was my first day back after Sunday, because I had Monday and Tuesday off, and Monday Hot Buy number 9 went into effect. So what's really cool about Blick is that they have several rotating sales. For like 2 to 3 weeks, these items will be on sale, then they go off in new items, so they rotate them, and so it really does feel fresh. I really do like that, and I just tell people like, hey, wait, because there's a good chance they'll probably go on sale later if you don't want to commit now. And so what's really cool about that is it keeps things fresh, it keeps things engaging. But for me, an item that I use pretty much in every single piece of artwork that I make went on sale, and you knew I had to stock up on that, and so that was these guys right here. This is the Bristol by Strathmore. This is the 300 series. This is my favorite Bristol. I absolutely love it, and this is smooth Bristol, so I got 2 packs for the price of 1 plus $2, so that was really, really nice. Now here's something I want to highlight. This is technically their worst Bristol, because this is the 300 series, which is better. They do have a 400, which is best, and then they have a 500 Pro. The 500 Pro is really cool because that is a plate press that I found out. I didn't know this. This is really cool. So Strathmore has this special technique that they use a plate to press down the Bristol to make it super smooth, and it's so smooth that you can put ink on top of it, and it takes a good minute or 2 for it to settle in. So if you're doing alcohol marker art, you can really push and blend the colors far better on that Bristol than most marker papers. That's insane. that is cool. With that said, we only sell the 11 by 17 in store, and that stuff's like $50. So unfortunately, since it wasn't on sale, I didn't feel the need to get it. I will get it eventually, I just want to wait on that. But I was really happy to stock up on these because I needed some. I only had like half of a pad left because I use Bristol because it's the best for mixed media, it's the best for ink. In my opinion, Bristol's like the ultimate paper. The only thing that holds Bristol back is that it can be very difficult to do a lot of complex ink washes where you're using more water than ink, along with heavy watercolor techniques. Light water techniques, it does really well, but when you start to get too much water on the page, it can tear. So that is a problem with Bristol, but for the most part, it's like the best paper, and that's pretty much why I use it. And I finally got a chance to pick up some Arches. So yes, this is Arches 100% cotton watercolor paper. This is 140 pounds. What's great about 100% cotton is that it's going to help to absorb all the colors. This stuff also works really well with alcohol markers, by the way. That's why I recommend 100% hot press to a lot of marker artists, because it's really good to make the colors pop and absorb and play with them, and you can layer them really well. So really happy to pick this up. Unfortunately, it's actually 10 by 14 and not 11 by 14 or 11 by 15, which is the normal dimension I'm used to. But I wanted some really nice 100% cotton watercolor paper because I'm using Strathmore, which I believe is a 25% blend, which is not good. And I do have some blocks, but the thing about blocks is that as much as I love them, I can't use my markers on them, which does suck, and I like to use markers, so that's why I wanted to get some of the sheets that I can tear out. I just wish we had the full size that I'm used to. Either way, very, very excited about that. Picked those up today. I'm doing some editing. We just had some pizza. It has been a super nice chill day, so very excited about that. And this part has gone in a little longer than I wanted, but I just wanted to express how much I genuinely love what I do. I love my job, and I feel like I'm in just a better place. I've mentioned this before, but I've dealt with a lot of stuff in my life, a lot of abuse, both mentally and physically, from my time living in Massachusetts. I've experienced a lot of prejudice because I'm Hispanic, and so it's easy to get caught up in everything, but I try to stay positive. I try to make the world a better place in the sense that I don't treat people how I was treated. I like to treat them better. I like to treat people how I would like to be treated. I like to think I'm making a difference in my own way, as dumb as that sounds, and I'm in a good place. I'm very happy. Of course, we're in a smaller studio, so I would like to be in a bigger spot, but you know what? I gotta take the good with the bad, and I gotta look on the positive side. I really feel like I'm in a good place. I'm really excited. I'm super excited to meet my nephew, Noah. He has not been born yet, but I am very excited to meet this little dude. I love him so much, so I just want to just put some positivity out there and hopefully encourage you guys if you... Ow, I hit my hand. Ah, it's okay, it didn't bleed. So yeah, see, I gotta look on the bright side, and hopefully this, I just hit the desk again. What's wrong with me? I gotta say, hopefully you guys are in a good place, and hopefully this brought a smile to your face. So thank you all so much. Guess what?
What?
We had some sushi.
We did.
And it was some tasty sushi rolls.
Yes, we did.
But guess what? Now I'm ready to cuddle up to you in a nice blanket roll.
Oh.
I'm actually impressed I did that because I spun the other way. I thought I was going to slap you in the face.
I'm surprised you didn't.
Me too, but guess what?
What?
I love you. Also, I bought some stuff. Yeah, I did hit you. No.
I knew it was coming.
No. Also, she got a haircut.
Yes, I did.
Look at that haircut.
Probably
It's
get it
so
shorter
nice.
next time.
I
Short in the
it's-
back at least.
Not gonna lie, it's the humidity, isn't it?
It absolutely, there's no argument. It's
I'm wearing a hoodie. You wanna know why? Because I was born here. I was raised here.
Don't give me that. It's your forehead sweater.
It's glistening and glistening. Psst, 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 psst. Guess what? Guess what?
What?
You gotta guess. It's just hitting
There it is.
every possible button
It wouldn't
combination.
There's 2 buttons.
And you managed to hit each one 4 times.
I want you to go back and count. You could probably hear the clicks.
We'll put a count right now. I'll go back and I'll count it. Anyway. Guess what?
What?
Guess what? You have to guess.
No, I have to drive.
You want to go to Barnes & Noble, see if they have that brand new Goosebumps art book?
No, I think they close at 9.
No! No! God. I wasn't prepared for you to hit me. I'm dead. I've been restored. I had to turn off my fan, and you could probably hear the AC running, but it is so hot in here. Florida, I generally forgot how hot it gets here. I'm not complaining too much because I do like it a little bit. There are days I am sweating, but I have some loot that I want to talk about. I have some loot I'm really excited to talk about. I got some stuff I'm adding to the collection. I got some new tools to play with, but today I went to Barnes & Noble because I was going after the Art of Goosebumps book. I just found out about it, and I really want to get it. Actually, a really cool resource because I didn't grow up with the books. I grew up with the TV show. For some reason, I wasn't allowed to read the books, but I was allowed to watch the TV show. I don't know why my parents decided to make that decision, but they did, and I am very excited to get my hands on that book and look through the art, because one thing about it is that growing up, my childhood friend, he had the Goosebumps books, and I really like the cover art, and now as an adult, as an artist, I really like them more. Like, they're so cool. So I really wanted to get the book, and Barnes & Noble didn't have it, but I found a constellation book right here that I'm really excited to talk about, so I'm going to save that for last. Let's go ahead and dive into what I got, because I'm really excited. Some of it is for future projects that I think you guys will really enjoy. Starting in no particular order with these deco pens. I've talked about them before on the channel, but I really like them. They are acrylic paint pens, but what's great about them is you don't have to pump them, you don't have to twist them, you don't have to prime them. You just pull up the cap, and they have a brush tip that's ready to go. This one is purple, and then I have orange, so obviously very Halloween-y colors. Very excited to make some art with this. In fact, I'm going to be making some art for some Halloween stuff for the channel because Halloween is my favorite holiday. I love it so much. I can't wait. And so yeah, I got these right here. Also picked up another Copic, but this one is a refill. This is B05 Process Blue, which is a really nice blue. I mentioned it before how one of my big projects is going to be an airbrush mural of a space cloud, and I'm really excited to do it, but the main blue I'm going to be using is B05, so I definitely needed that refill because I am going to be using a lot of that marker. The board is 20 by 30, so going to be a lot of work, but I'm really excited. I have not started the pencils on that yet. I've been super busy editing, so going to be starting that hopefully on the weekend. It actually is Saturday now, so I'm hoping Sunday I can knock a lot of it out so that I can work on it either Monday or Tuesday, because those are my days off, or I can work on it next week. Either way, we'll see. I'm really excited to be doing that. And then I also picked up another acrylic ink. This is by De La Roni FW, which is my favorite acrylic ink, and this is Process Yellow. I realized I didn't have a yellow, and I kind of needed one. The reason is because while I really like to use the Malto yellow, I wanted a little more line variety in it. It's a really good paint pen. It's my absolute favorite yellow paint pen. I love it. It's super high quality. I don't want to say it's not, but I wanted to have more control in the line variety, and I can just do that super easy with my brush. In fact, I can actually now do that with one of my script brushes, so just wanted to get that and just kind of have a little more options there, so that's why I picked that bad boy up. And now the book. So what's really great about this book is that Thought Potato did a phenomenal deep dive on it. I really recommend this video if you haven't. Link in the description, please check it out. But I've seen images on it online. I've seen tons of the pictures of this. I've actually saved them as references because I thought they were really cool and I didn't know they came from this book. But here it is. It is The Resurrectionist. So this is a fictional account, a 2-in-1 book of a fictional doctor named Dr. Spencer Black, who was obsessed with these fantasy creatures, but what he thought of them as not fantasy, but as failed mutations and adaptations that died out, and so he was trying to bring them back to life by sewing animals together, by sewing things together to humans to recreate them. For example, in the book, it talks about a Pegasus that he created with a stuffed horse that he sewed wings onto and that he would control with puppetry, and how he's involved in the circus. Talks about his life. It's a really interesting book. I like fictional stories in that vein. It gives me very Frankenstein vibes. Also a little bit of Dracula, because Dracula is written as if it was real, a fictional historical event. But here's where the book gets cool. So you have all that in the beginning, but in the end, it shows the book, at least the surviving pages of the book that he wrote. And this is really where it gets cool, because they're in-depth, detailed anatomy of these fictional creatures, both with the muscle and the skeletons, along with note commentary. And it's all anatomically correct. It's a beautiful look at fantasy creatures from a scientific lens, and it's absolutely amazing. Sarah was looking at it while I was flipping through, and she absolutely fell in love with this. I love this. This is a really good resource, especially with the project I'm working on now. Like, this is an amazing book, and I love how instead of just releasing this as here are fantasy creatures, looking at it scientifically, no, we're going to do that and also make up a doctor and create a fictional story. And it's a really good story. I really like this book. This was a phenomenal find. I'm really glad I picked it up. It was only $24. It's a really good deal in my opinion. I really like it. So definitely recommend picking this up, especially if you're doing deep dives in anatomy, especially if you do fantasy art, especially if you do creatures art. This is a really good book to have. I would have loved, though, to have just a normal human anatomy for comparison. It's a little nitpicky, to be honest, but no, I think it's still amazing. And the fictional book is the Codex Extinctus Animale. So very cool. Really like this. This is an absolutely amazing find. And that's everything for today. Everything's going really good. Been working on some projects, doing a lot of editing, just kind of have a lot going on in the sense that I'm busy doing projects, which is good, and I've really enjoyed the learning modules I'm doing at work, so it's definitely helped me learn quite a bit about a lot of different things that I will admit my artistic knowledge on was very weak, especially with acrylics, oils, and airbrushes and pastels. Those are my areas of weakness, but I really am enjoying learning so much and just learning everything I can. I really love this job. It's amazing. So I'm going to put this all away, and then we're going to do some work, and yeah, we still got some time before the end of the month. And next month, Blue Beetle and TMNT comes out. Super hyped for that. You know I'm going to be pre-ordering my tickets for that Blue Beetle movie. He is a character that means so much to not just me, but my family, and I can't wait to see him portrayed in live action. I think the trailer looks good. I think the cast is really good. Some of the drama is really dumb, and yeah, they made some mistakes, but I think overall this can be a really, really good movie. So I'm really hoping. But that's everything for today. So let's go ahead and move on to the next clip. Just an armadillo chilling in the rain in Florida. Nice.
It's a question.
I have a question for you. Why did you shoot me with saline?
Is that what I shot you with?
I don't know. What was the thing you shot me with? Because
Saline.
Oh, okay. You brought home some contraband, some nursing contraband. I don't know if you're allowed to bring that or not, so I'm going to refer it to contraband.
It was in my pocket.
And you opened it and you shot me in the face with saline.
Here, let me grab you a tissue.
I already took care of this with my sleeve. Oh no, there's another one! No! No! Stop! Please! No! 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 Come on, that hit my eye! Dude, you're driving! You're driving!
This is the same thing that you squirt in your eye whenever you have contacts.
I don't like no! That's why I wear glasses! Stop! Stop! Seriously, dude, you're getting my phone wet! Look at all the water in my glasses. Why? Oh, stop! My ear! Dude!
I got good A.
Stop. Stop it.
It's almost like
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm not going to shoot this at you because you're driving, but
See,
I'm going to...
This is the time whenever it's fun to pick at you because you can't fight back. Not when I'm driving. Be smart.
Ah! No! Stop! Why do you...
Hey.
I love you too. So today we have something that's going to be really interesting, really different. There is a local Tampa founded company.
Yes.
Called
Figure Store Company. They've been around, 8-inch figures, you know. They do the superhero, a lot of DC. They do wrestling characters, stuff like that.
They have presidents they're doing,
President.
Scooby-Doo,
Yeah,
Hanna-Barbera.
Scooby-Doo, they had the Hanna-Barbera license, you know. They did Blue Falcon and stuff, and an 8-inch figure.
And they specialize in Migos, which
Yeah.
were the figures you grew up with.
Yeah, kind of, you know, they copy that, the cloth costume, 8-inch, you know, figure. So it's pretty neat. We're actually here to visit and maybe pick up some items.
So, very excited. Let's go ahead and get a little sneak peek. Right there, there's the building. This is going to be fun. Let's go. This is just cool. So here's a bit of a throwback. You driving and I'm filming. So we had a lot of fun at Figures Toy Company. It was super cool. It was awesome to see like the warehouse and where they put everything. Their office was so cool. We would have filmed more, but it was just kind of one of those things where I don't think they were cool with it, and I don't think it was the time to ask. But this was amazing. This was such an amazing, such a great experience. I absolutely loved it. It was really cool. And it was just nice to look at all of the different parts and components. They literally had like thousands of different parts.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is so cool. So yeah, if you are in the Tampa Bay area, give them a call. And yeah, I would definitely encourage. It is a 10 out of 10 experience. It's super fun. The owner's incredibly nice. It was great. I got to meet his son. So it was just a really nice experience. This is your second time there, right?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
third.
Third? Okay, third. Yeah, it was really cool. He's very nice. I would love to film there at some point just to show what they do because it's so cool. It's so interesting. I think it's really cool. So yeah, that was just a really cool win for today. So real quick, you're gonna notice this is gonna be in the background for a while, and I did make a video explaining this. and I kind of want you guys to go watch that video, so I'm not going to explain this. But I will say we're going to be adding to it because I got 2 new Holbein gouaches. This one being Iris and this one being Cypress Green. So very excited to add these in. It's going to be super cool. I love gouache. It's probably my favorite medium. My dad's looking at me like, you're talking to a camera. What are you doing? Get back to working on my Mego heads. Which, yes, we are spending today doing casting of some different Mego heads. So that's very exciting. Dad, do you want to say anything?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, we had a lot of fun today. Going to Figures Toy Company was a lot of fun. So we also stopped by my job. I picked up these, and yeah, just gonna keep doing some fun art stuff today. I wanted to work on the Copic airbrush. I'm probably gonna have to postpone that to next week, but that's gonna be a really fun video. And then I still have the giant space mural. So we'll be doing all that stuff, and again, a video will come out explaining all this at some point.
Geranium?
Yes, it's pronounced geranium.
Yeah, it's a type of flower.
It's also the name of this paint.
Probably the same color as geranium.
Probably, it's a really nice red.
Yeah.
And you said you didn't want to be in the vlog. You literally started talking as soon as I hit record.
I started talking as soon as you stopped asking Google how to say geranium.
That's fair. We all know I can't pronounce anything. I like how Coco just has the zoomies and she's going wild. But now that I called her out, she's stopped and she's like, Father, why did you call me out? She's so cute. So, guys, I have some really fun stuff that I want to talk about. You guys saw that I do have some paint, but it's gouache, and this is going to be the last big push for gouache on the channel. Not in the sense that I'm done buying gouache or I'm stopping because this is full. Quite the contrary. I still have plenty of room, and I am really, really excited to get more gouache in the future, but it's going to be like 1 or 2 here and there, kind of like where we're at with the markers, because I am getting just the colors and the gouache that I know I will use to be creative. I want to get a good array of colors because I love gouache. It is something that I've done on and off here and there. I did them in college. Pursuing it, I love gouache. I honestly can say it's either gouache or markers. It depends on the day. It's one of those two. I love both mediums so much, and they work so well together. And yeah, so I did pick up a couple tubes. I also picked up some brushes, and I'm really excited. Now, this is a wash, a 1/2 wash. This is by Precision, and this is the Aqua Elite. I picked this one up because this was like $20, and the one that I did want, which was like a 2-inch one, it was really nice. It was a Winsor Newts and Cotman. Yeah, that was like $40, and I kind of gotta wait on that, but this is a really good wash just to kind of get me through. And then I got a $5 ink wash brush, which is really good. This is kind of more of a traditional Japanese style, so very excited about that. So I picked up those, and now for the gouache itself, which is going to be really fun because I got some cool stuff. So I'm actually wrapping up my Holbein normal gouache with what we mentioned before with this guy right here, geranium, which I recently learned is the name of a flower, and this is a really awesome red. I love how this looks. It looks super good. So you guys know red is my favorite color, so you know I'm always down to get more red. And then I also got dark green. This is another really good color. Really like how dark, almost like an ash green too, with how dark it is and how muted the color is, so I thought that'd be really cool to have. And then I do have more Holbein gouache, but it's the acrylic Holbein gouache, and these are very special because these are the fluorescent colors: luminous yellow, luminous red, and luminous green. So very excited to pick these up. Definitely want to do some more fluorescent art in the future, even though it's not really huge on the channel. Usually when I do a video on fluorescence or blacklight or UV, it tends not to get as many views, but I like making it, so we'll probably do a few other attempts at it. Hopefully we'll get some more people involved. But yeah, that is the loot for today. Very excited. Today we were supposed to do Naruto, but it got canceled, didn't it? Which is super sad. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna spend this time doing some work, creating some stuff, being super positive and creative, and hanging out with my amazing wife. Only sometimes. I'm sorry. Okay, I am mean. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. Bye, guys. I love how you said this was my shirt and you pointed it out specifically.
Absolutely.
I don't think we could film anything in the store.
No, not especially not that over there.
Yep, that's why I'm like having you take up most of the frame. This is legitimately probably one of the most amazing places to get food and American things I've ever seen in a mall to get food.
Yeah.
This is where I know what I'm gonna get. I'm so excited. Hey, Purdy,
Yeah.
you got your bubble tea. Are you happy?
But that was yours.
Oh, show yours.
Oh, okay.
We got bubble tea. We're happy now.
Mm-hmm.
I got new apple, and it's really good. Yeah.
You got apple boba and mango tea.
Honestly, it works. It's really good. I'm not gonna lie. I was not planning to spend this much money today, but I'm perfectly fine with it because I found some cool stuff. This right here, it's the pop vinyl Blue Beetle from the movie. They even have the variant where he has the blaster. I like the one without the blaster. This is so cool. They don't have the McFarlane figures, but I've been wanting this pop vinyl for a while. I'm so sad the only other Blue Beetle pop vinyl they ever had was the Day of the Dead Festival. Like, I'm sorry, but if your only representation of Blue Beetle, like Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle and pop vinyl from before this, the live action movie was just the Day of the Dead Festival, that doesn't seem right to me, so I'm super happy to add this to my collection. Thank you all so much. I just checked and we're at 501 subscribers, halfway through 1,000. Thank you all so much. This is absolutely amazing. This means the literal world to me because I want to make YouTube my full-time job. I want to be able to make content, and this is halfway to that goal because when we reach 1,000, we can get monetization. I'm so excited. I'm over the moon that we are halfway to that goal to get that started. So thank you all so much. I'm going to make this a bit of a shorter clip because I have some loot that I want to talk about, and I also have some filming to do, but I had to thank you guys. Thank you so much. Also, the pre-orders for Jazz's bag, which I did mention in the beginning of the video, that was its own clip. I am really excited for that. I already pre-ordered my bag. I'm super excited. I am so hyped for it. That is going to be one of the best bags. Go support him, please. If you watch my channel, you already watch Jazz, I assume. He's just such an amazing, nice guy. I've never got the chance to meet him in real life. I would love to meet him, love to do a collab, but I have to say, I am so hyped for his art bag. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Definitely going to review it. I am a backer. I did pledge to the second tier, debating if I want to bump it up to tier number 4 because I believe in this bag. I believe in what he's doing. I love the product and I want to support it. So please go support his bag. Again, I mentioned in the beginning of the clip, I made its own thing, but you know what? Still had to mention it here. But yeah, so I did that. And then we do have some loot, and I'm going to start with not the least important thing. I would say the thing that I'm the least hyped for, because the two things here are amazing. I'm super hyped for them. While this one here is really cool, but these two are special. So starting off with this little dude, it's carved out of a rock. I really like it. It's super cute. You guys know I love bats. Batman's my favorite superhero, but bats are actually my favorite animals. They're so fascinating, so interesting. I love bats because they're so diverse. I actually have a book right here, which is the illustrated species of every known bat to humanity, which is super cool. Very fascinating book. Really good for references, especially for Wrath because he has giant bat wings. I mean, my superhero that I created is bat themed, so you can tell I love bats, and Batman just a little bit. DC don't suit. But yeah, thought this was super cool. Absolutely love this little dude. And now for the two main stuff that I'm really excited for. The first one being this really cool little power pack. I really like external batteries. They come in handy, especially when you do a lot of traveling. It came in handy for me a lot when I was in between classes at school. And this one's Batman themed and it lights up, and I thought this was super cool and cute. And yeah, you guys know I'm a huge Batman fan. I mean, I just said it, obviously. My shirt, my studio is covered in Batman stuff, except for this Iron Man poster I made, but it's Iron Man. He's my number 2 favorite superhero. Very excited about this, and yeah, I thought it was really cool. And it's also an FYE exclusive, as I couldn't find it anywhere else. Like, I looked online, and I thought, you know what, for 20 bucks, that's really good, because most external batteries are going to be like $12 to $15, and this one having that Batman and light up feature, I'm like, you know what, I think it's worth 20 bucks. So there you go. And this next one, I already showed it to you guys, but I have to show it again. It is the pop vinyl Blue Beetle figure from the movie. This is Jaime Reyes, and I am so excited. I showed my dad, and he nerded out over it. I think I've mentioned this before on the channel. I don't know how in-depth I went, so I'm just going to repeat it real quick. Blue Beetle is my 3rd favorite fictional character in all of fiction. He's my 3rd favorite superhero ever, specifically the Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle. And the thing about Jaime that I love so much is that he's not a check mark. He's not the Hispanic Blue Beetle. No, he is the new Blue Beetle. He's the 3rd Blue Beetle. He is his own character, and I love Jaime ever since I was little. So when I was a little kid, I watched Batman series. That got me into superheroes. My dad would read me old Ted Kord comics. So he would sit me and my sister on his lap, and we would read all Blue Beetles together. And that got me into comics. That made me fall in love with the art of comics. Jaime Reyes was the first comic I subbed to. No joke. I love this character. They killed Ted when I was little, but they introduced Jaime. And there was this connection with the character that I had where I saw a little bit of myself in him, I'm not gonna lie. And I had the relatability to him, and I love the character of Jaime Reyes. I love him so much. He is a Hispanic character done right. He is not a Hispanic superhero. He is a superhero first, Hispanic second, and I love the way they portray his character. His runs, outside of New 52, the New 52 run is garbage, but almost all of his runs have been consistently good. Graduation Day was really good. I really like that run. I like the new things they introduced. I like Palmera. I like Ted Kord's sister. I love Jaime. He is just such a great character, and for me, he hits that emotional chord. He hits that important chord where it's a character I saw parts of myself and parts of my family in. And I'm not Mexican. I've mentioned before I'm Cuban, Puerto Rican. Sometimes the comics lean more into it. Sometimes they lean into more of his Aztec roots, like in New 52. But what I like about the character is that I did see that family in there that I saw with mine, and I love the character so much. Especially his first run is absolute genius, pure, perfect writing. Like, his first run is amazing. I can't stress it enough how amazing it is. I have all the single issues, and then I have the trade, and my dad's actually buying the new releases of the trade because he wants to have his own version of it, and I just love this character, so I'm so happy we finally got a proper Jaime in the pop vinyls. Unfortunately, the only other one we had was the Day of the Dead one, so they only did this character when it was profitable for Day of the Dead, which I'm sorry, that's a little disrespectful. But yeah, we have this one, now we have the movie one. I want a comic one so I can have all three on my shelf. Very excited. I had to tell that story because Blue Beetle, again, I've mentioned this before on the channel, but it bears repeating. He is such an important character to me and my family. My dad's favorite superheroes are Space Ghost, Blue Beetle, the Phantom. Those are my dad's three favorite superheroes, and Blue Beetle's in my top three. He's a character that means so much to me. He means so much to my dad. It's a character that my sister loves, my mom loves, and you know, my sister and my mom, they're not huge comic fans. I'm gonna be honest, but they love comics, not as much as me and my dad, but they have that, and they know that we love, and they accept them, and they look at it like, it's not for me, but I still have fun with it. It's something my son loves, something my husband loves, something my dad loves, something my brother loves, and we get together. My brother-in-law is a huge comic nerd, and we all get together, and even though, like, Sarah loves comics, but she's nowhere near as huge into comics as me, we have this passion for these characters in this medium, that while we have different levels of appreciation, we all share that in common. And Blue Beetle's a character that means so much to me because of that, because it was that character that got me into comics. It's that character that I can't think of Ted Kord's voice without it being my dad's voice. Every time I think of Ted Kord talking, it's my dad's voice in my head because of that, and I love this character. I'm so excited for the movie. I hope it does well. I really hope, because this character matters. It's important. He's not the Hispanic Blue Beetle. He's the new Blue Beetle. He's the third Blue Beetle. He is a superhero who happens to be Hispanic. That's the thing I love about him. He is a hero first, Hispanic second, and he is a properly done character. I tell people, I don't make Hispanic superheroes. I make superheroes who happen to be Hispanic, because that's my walk of life, but I make sure it's not their defining feature. And I am just so excited for this movie. I talked a lot. I said this was going to be a short clip, but I had to get that out there. So thank you all so much. If we have any more loot, I'll post it here. If not, go check out Jazz's bag. Seriously, it's amazing. I know I've mentioned it like 3 times already, but please go do it. I am hyped for it. So thank you all so much. Sarah, didn't Jeepers Creepers take place in Florida? Because that is the Jeepers Creepers van's cousin, as you stated earlier. So I recently learned that a wax medium can actually preserve gouache paintings. It does alter the color slightly, but as we learned, I really like gouache, so this is really good to have. And that's really the last thing I wanted to say today, was you always learn something new, and it's always cool to have more tools in your tool belt. And I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I mentioned the over 500 subscribers already. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. And I just want to say that I'm happy. I'm in a good spot. I really like what I do, and I'm very thankful. You guys are just amazing. Truly, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all so much. It is currently storming. Coco is scared of thunder, so I need to go comfort my dog. You guys have a great day. Be safe, be creative, all the normal YouTube jazz, and stay safe. Thank you guys.